Hey, how you doing, guys? It's Ilya Belly here. I do coding stuff on YouTube. Check the description for all my information. I do all LeetCode problems. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, give me a big thumbs up to support it. And this is called Palindrome Partition. Given a string S, partition S such that every substring of the partition is a palindrome. Return all possible palindrome partitioning of S. As you can see, there is an example like A, so you just return A and B, A and B. Well, we can solve this problem doing kind of like depth first search, I would say. Backtracking. This problem is similar to the subset problem. Yeah, subsets. So let's start. I'll show you how to do that. First, you need to create a list, type list of the type string. It's called result equals to new array list of the type of list, the type of string, and if this string equals to null, or just the length of the string equals to 0, you return an empty result. Otherwise, you need to create a helper method. It's called depth first search. You pass this string, you pass initial position, new array list, the type of string, and the result. Finally, you return the result. You say the first search, you pass string S, you pass an initial position, list string current list, and list of the type list of the type of string result. At each recursive call, you need to check if an initial position equals to the length of that string. You say result.add the current result, the current list, and here, of course, you need to make sure that you do a deep copy, right? Not a shallow copy, because if you say something like this, like just list, that means that list is a reference. So in the next recursive calls, these values will be modified, right? So in order to get the right calculations, you need to say new array. You create a new array list of the type of string, right? And this list will be constructed and will contain all values from this current list. And that's it. And else, if position doesn't equal to s.length, that means that you need to create a for loop, right? You say int I equals to initial position, I is less than s.length, and I plus plus. You are looking through this, and you at each iteration you check if it is a palindrome, you pass the string, initial position, and the current position. If it's so, then you can say list.add as.substring. You take the substring from an initial position till i+1, that means exclusively, right? You take the substring, like here, if we want to get AA, then we need to make sure that we say i+1 because it's 0 based. 0, 1, and 2, we say till 2, right? That means that we got 2 A's. And we call this method recursively, so we say depth first search, we pass s, we pass the new initial position, say i+1, and also we pass the current list, the result, and at each iteration we need to remove list dot size -1, the last element, because as you know guys, in the next recursive calls this use will be modified, and I mean there is a possibility that we will get the same values, and you know, to get the right result, we need to say list.remove, kind of like release the current list. We say list.remove list.size -1, and we implement the boolean. Say boolean is palindrome. As well, we say string s int left and int right at each, of course, at each, I mean, yeah, at each iteration you call this method. You check whether these characters are this string is palindrome, right? I mean, you just say while left is less than right, you create an if condition. If s dot character, the string dot character at the position of left doesn't equal to s dot character at the position of right, you return false. And also you need to increment the left pointer by 1 and decrement the right pointer by 1 as well after that, in order to get to the middle of this string. So you just start from your left and start from your right, and you're moving to the middle of this string. And if it's not, then you just return true. I mean, while left, like suppose we got like left equals to the right, so we just, in this case, we return true. That's it. That's the whole problem. Let's run this code first. Accepted. Good. Let's submit. There we go. Success. So one more time. Suppose we have this example, right? Initially we have like A, B, right? That means like 0, index 1, and 2, right? Then you say like I equals to 0, right? Because we pass 0 like here. I like 0 if it's palindrome, a equals to a, right? Right, like left is not less than right, so we just return true, a equals to a. We go to this condition. We say list dot add substring. We take substring a and we add a into that list. So we got something like list of a, right? Of a. And we call this method recursively. We say I plus 1. So here we, like initially, we have I equals to 0, right? And then we say I plus 1, and that means that position equals to 1. The same story here. We just say we check whether it is a palindrome. We say left is not less than right, so we just return true. We add a, the second a, into this list. Here. And then again, you can check, we add b into this list. We do the same steps. And then we say I plus 1 equals to the length of the string equals to 3. So we just say result. We say result, add the current list, this list, right? We just say add the current list. Then we say we are at this element at the position of 2 right now. So 2, we kind of like backtracking, right? So we just remove list.size minus 1. We remove b, right? After that, we remove b. So it will be something like this. Then we say we increment I by 1. So we go to here, to the 3. 3, list size minus 1. Yeah, we say we break out of this loop because I equals to s dot length. So we break this loop, and we again do backtracking. We go to this result we go to we remove b. Yeah, we go to 1, and here you say you remove a. You remove a here, and you increment I by 1, so I equals to 2, right? And position, like a, we check if it's palindrome, a equals to b. That's not, though, so we just return false. We skip that step, and we say I plus plus. So we just go to this element, to 3. Just we break out of this loop again. So we go to the first recursive call. We just got like a only, Here we just remove a as well, like here. So we have an empty list right here, and we increment I by 1, so we go like here, right? We check a equals to a, that's true, so we just add position equals to 0 and I equals to 1. 1 plus 1 equals to 2, so we just put a and a into this list. We say a and a. Then you call this method recursively. You say I plus 1, so I equals to 1, I plus 1 equals to 2. We go to 2, right? And we check like 2 is less than 3, the length of this string, right? So we say is palindrome. We pass 2 and 2, it is. So we just say we add b into this list right here, and we call this method recursively again. We say I plus 1, the position of 2 plus 2 will be 3. We break out of this loop, so we just go to the previous call to this one, right? To 2, right? And here a doesn't equal to here a and b is not a palindrome, so we just break out this loop and we increment I by 1. It will be 3, and 3 is not less than 3, so we just break out of this loop and we're done. That's it. Thank you guys for watching. Leave your comments below. I want to know what you think. Subscribe to the channel, give me a big thumbs up to support my channel as well. Just follow me on social medias, on Instagram, add me on Snapchat, and see you next time. Thank you. Bye.